Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Hope everybody has had a great week. Happy Friday. You guys, can anybody else tell me how excited they are that the kids are finally on summer vacation? I don't want to see a notebook. I don't want to see a textbook. I don't want to see anything of that sort. It's like vacation time. Time to sleep in, not worry about anything or getting up for school. I am totally psyched about that. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I totally appreciate you. Don't forget to please like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. Also, you guys, I still am a bit bruised on my eye and I still have the stitches in. I will be taking them out next week, Wednesday. So please bear with me with the reflection of the ring light. So, you guys, there's so much to go over. There is truly so much to go over. But before I get into my usual disclaimer, please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. So, Kaylee Joy, where do we even start? So, the other day she went and she actually deleted all of her tweets that she did. I think she deleted over 4,000 tweets. And this is what she actually said. She said, literally deleting all my tweets, starting fresh. Don't be upset. It's time for a new me. And then she goes on and she says, my cat ran off with one of my sun chips. About sums up my day. So clearly, Kaylee, as we all know, she's in mediation and in talks with Tati behind the scenes. And this says a lot, what's going on. And clearly, things are heating up, talks are going on, but we don't know the extent of what is being discussed. So she goes on and she decides to actually go on a live on her Instagram. Now, Katie, I want you to hear me out, okay? When you're a public figure and you actually on social media, you're supposed to take the good with the bad. You know, there's certain things that you just gotta let go of and just keep it moving. So the other day, Katie did a live on her Instagram about George Floyd, how she made a post of George Floyd with his daughter and people were being negative. And in my personal opinion, I call bullshit on that because I didn't see any negativity, absolutely nothing. But then as she said, she deleted all the negative tweets, which I didn't see any negative tweets. Maybe I could have been late, but neither here nor there. So anyway, she decides to go on a whole rant on her Instagram live about the whole George Floyd situation. Now, Katie, we don't live in a perfect world. We never will live in a perfect world, okay? And like I say, you're on social media. You got to take the good with the bad. And one thing you cannot do is try to change people's minds. There's going to be a few people that are hell-bent on being for Derek Chauvin. We got what we wanted. We got justice for the main person that did wrong to George Floyd, in my opinion. Katie, take a look at these pictures. You have George Floyd's daughter at the White House with this Marine holding the door open for her. She is respected. For you to come on your social media, to try come and take up for Gianni, I have a problem with that. And I'm going to get into that a bit later. But look at where Gianni is right now. She's sitting in the White House with the president. So you want to take it upon yourself because in your mind, you feel you need to take up for George Floyd's girlfriend, which you don't even personally know. As you said, you know her from 2 degrees of separation. I have not come across, I have heard of people speaking ill about her. But pay attention to those people that are speaking ill about her, Katie. They're not relevant. They don't have common sense. That will tell you exactly the type of people that they are. So you coming on your platform and speaking up for Black people, I have a problem with. Because first of all, you will hijack anybody's trauma to be relevant. When this all unfolded with the whole George Floyd situation, or any Black man that has died at the hands of a police officer, you hijack. You sat there and you said you have seen in your own community how Black men are pulled over. I call bullshit on that, Kaylee. You don't even go out your house, maybe once or twice a month. But you want to be an advocate now for all these people. You need to take a step back. You need to stay in your lane. You need to learn your place, Kaylee. Because this is going above and beyond, and it absolutely makes no sense, in my personal opinion, okay? George Floyd's family, they doing what needs to be done. And it also speaks to your followers that truly sit there, watch your lives, and is like shocked at what truly unfolded in the courtroom. If they were truly interested in what was going on, they would have followed the story. But yet again, they come and they look to you for information. And you, in my opinion, feed them lies. Absolute lies. And like I say, Katie, we don't live in a perfect world. You can't speak for the whole of Minneapolis or wherever the fuck you live, okay? You would get a percentage of people that will go through hell and high water to still protect the Derek Chauvin. That's just the way it is. As long as we feel we have justice for that man that kept his knee on George Floyd's neck, he's gonna rot in jail. What happens to the rest of them, we're going to find out. But you have no right, absolutely no right, to speak for the whole of Minneapolis. Let the fools be the fools, Katie. You sitting on your live, advocating, standing up for Black people, standing up for Gianni. But what are you doing in the interim, Katie? You're neglecting your own son that's yelling for you.
Peers defended him. Imagine doing a job. Imagine doing a job and not one of your peers stands up for you. They broke the wall of silence. Not even a single one of his colleagues.
But you chose to continue on your life, to speak what you needed to speak. The Floyd family doesn't need you to speak for them, Katie. Yes, we're all entitled to our own opinions, but you take it a bit too far. You honestly take it a bit too far. I could have sensed from that live, things are going your way, and I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. But then I've been shut down again. And as I'm filming this, what's the time now? 2:50 a.m. And when I looked at your Twitter this morning, I was blown away, which I'm going to get into later. Because you back on your high horse. You back on the road of feeling you are invincible. You cannot humble yourself. So moving forward, Katie, nobody can tell you what to do. Clearly, you're going to do what you want to do. And that's fine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to call you out on your bullshit. Because at the end of the day, that part doesn't even break my heart. It's the fact that you want to stand up for somebody that's twice removed or 2 degrees separated from you, that doesn't even know you. So while you trying to change the mind of idiots that want to support Derek Chauvin, you got your son screaming in the background, paying no mind to him. And that just proves to us watching you where your priorities lie. So how can you blame people for calling you out or questioning your parenting, Katie? How? And then, moving on from that, you decide to try once again to vindicate yourself for the most foul thing any adult human being can do. And that is by calling that little girl a brat, which in your second live that day, you denied. This is what you did.
Is this the family related to the little girl that you called a brat? You're so cute. I didn't call her a brat.
You think you're just totally invincible. You feel what you don't, and you need to get through your mind, Katie. Once on the internet, always on the internet. You know that for a fact. So you sat there on your live and you laughed this off and telling this person how cute they are and that you didn't call this little girl a brat. But let's take a look at this.
She was just being a brat and wanted to stay with her dad. Part of me thought she was just being bratty. Like she would just go from crying to fine, from crying to fine. And it reminded me of when my son pitches a fit.
You know, it's like, I remember seeing that video and I remember thinking the way that the girl was acting in the beginning where she was like shaking her head. I was like, is she acting? It didn't seem authentic in that part. I was like, it's like a movie. Like, 'cause she was like, no. And then she's like running away and coming back. And I was like, this doesn't seem real. And then I did a live stream on my vlogs channel, which I'm on right now. And I was talking about how I'm a mom. I have an almost 8-year-old. And we were talking about how kids can get a little bit bratty when they don't get their way and they don't get what they want.
Of course they do.
Yeah. And so now I'm like, everyone's like, you called Sophie a brat. And I'm like, can kids not get bratty?
Yeah,
and what I noticed was with her language, it was way too mature for her age.
Now for all those naysayers, okay? When Katie said this about this little girl, okay? Nothing was proven or unproven at the time. She just took it upon herself to say this about this little girl. This was an 8-year-old or 9-year-old little girl. I'm sorry, I didn't keep up with, it was just too triggering. So Katie, the person that knows everything, knew that this little girl was just being a brat. And this little girl just knew too much. She was just too old for her age. That she went to the extent, allegedly, of sending one of her subscribers or followers to the Texas courthouse to get the medical records of this little girl. Who does that? That is absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. So, in turn now, as you will see, like I said, as I'm filming this, Katie seems to be in a good place with her talks with Tati. It seems as though everything's coming to a close. Michael Sauls actually posted this on his Twitter. He says Minneapolis has a beautiful courthouse. Due to the party's ongoing mediation efforts over the last few days, we will not be seeing the inside of it. So clearly that states that talks are coming to an end. They've come to a decision, so Tati will not be refiling in Minneapolis. So once again, Kaylee Joy has gotten off the hook. And that's fine. That's fine. Good for her. Good for her. But this is where I know and I feel, and okay, I'm speculating, but it's just so hard not to say this, but she's back on a high horse, because this is what she has on her Twitter. This is the number of lawsuits I have, FYI, 0. This week has been super busy. I have been in meetings 2 full days this week. There's big news coming, and I hope this will really be a positive move going forward. Always staying positive. Then bragging on how she was on the Onision documentary. And then we go back to this whole Brat situation. So this one YouTuber by the name of Annie that has covered this story, apparently from the get-go, Katie is going after. Your videos literally caused hysteria, and you are still running your mouth. You helped a narcissist abuse not only his ex-wife, but all of his children. I hope you are so proud. Just my opinion. Then she says, dear YouTuber that called for the waterboarding of a mother that you claimed sex trafficked her child, apologize to the mom and stop covering the case after all the harm you caused an innocent woman with your unverified lies. Thanks. Now, because she's off that case, she's going after another YouTuber, but not realizing or trying to vindicate herself from calling this little girl a brat when nothing was verified or dismissed. So, do you guys already see how inflated her ego is? She's back to being on that high horse. She's back to being that, I know it all. I'm the queen of YouTube. But in retrospect, you are vile, Katie. What she is doing with Annie, how many people tried to do with her with Tati? But she stuck to her. She stuck her ground. She said Tati will never come after. Tati will never sue her. On and she says, soon news will drop. Just give me a few more days. And then this was the best one. Turns out I'm actually not a bad person. It's nice to hear that sometimes. Katie, and I'm not being mean by saying this, but after the live that you've done about this person, Annie, you are a vile person. In my opinion, you truly are a nasty, nasty person. And the next time you think of sticking up for Gianni, please don't. She's in very good hands. And just for future, you're going to come up with some excuse for what happened in that live with your son. All you needed to do was say, hang on 1 second, you guys. Like how you say, hang on 1 second, let me go get Frida from the backyard. Your dog. This was your son. Screaming, yelling, whatever you want to say. And all you could do was get up and shut the door. Unbelievable. So you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to leave it as that. I got quite a few videos coming up. As I say, kids are on summer vacation. Maybe I'll be able to get more content out. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please have a safe and wonderful weekend. Please don't forget to be kind to one another. Bye, guys.